Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Pack of Doom, and today I got another story for you guys. Now, this story isn't like the other ones I've given on this channel. It's like maybe a minute and a half. No, this is a story. Like this one, it's called the $1,000,000 House Tour. It's pretty much what it is. But this is a actual story. So, the story starts way back when I was in 6th grade. This is 7 years ago. And I played football. And me and my brother had practice about the same. I think it was a game or something. But we were getting back from a football thing, and we saw this house. Now my dad's driving us, and my dad's he's a gone with the wind kind of guy. He kind of does what he pleases. But we see this really nice house, and it looks abandoned, right? Like there's no cars, there's nothing in the windows that you can see. So like, you know what? We feel adventurous. Let's go in and see what's up. So we go up to the house and we just look inside, and all the rooms are just completely empty, right? And everything is just, it looks like somebody's just gone. Looks like nobody's lived there in 5 years. But, so we decide, okay, there's nothing here, let's go back to the car. And right as we turn around, we hear these dogs. These are very sociable dogs, I guess would be the word. They're barking. Now me and my brother, I'm like 12-ish. And I'm freaking out. We're both freaking out, right? But my dad's like, nah, stay calm. The dogs are going to kill us if we run. And this old man, as in like I'm 18, so 50 is old for me. He comes out, and we're intruding on his property. We could be charged with a felony if he so chooses. But that's not what happens. He invites us inside. And it's so weird to think that we just went along with this, but we did. And we just go inside, and he gives us a little house tour, right? Now, by the time dogs calm down, and the house they're moving. So the house is almost completely empty, except for the bedroom. Like, he takes us in the bedroom to say hi to, like, the one other person that happens to be living there, so they're not freaked out. The dogs stay in there. Maybe not really important, but yeah. So we go on this little tour from there. The bedroom's kind of near the front door. I don't remember the house layout super well, but I remember it enough. So, the front door was a thing, and then, like, almost straight to one side, I forget which side, is the bedroom. And then just hallways all over the place. And then they intersected, and then there was this really red room. I'm going to mention 2 specific rooms in this, and they're gonna come into play later on in this story. But it's just this red room with glass. Like, there's hallway on either side of it. It's kind of like an intersection. And there's just, like, indoor windows. I don't know what you'd call those. But it's just glass so you can see inside. Kind of like a studio. But it's just got this red carpet and red walls. And it's not even a door. It's just, like, this big opening. And you go, like, a step down. So that's a room we saw. At this point, I'm thinking, you know what? This house is really freaking cool. I mean, I was, like, 11, 12. Who wouldn't think this house is really cool, right? This is massive. It's a mansion. There's no way it's not classified as a mansion, right? So, we do more house tour things. Then one of the last rooms we get to is upstairs. And it's a bar entertainment area kind of thing. And there's, so there's a big bar, right? And it's just like, it's a room like twice the size of an average living room. And it's just emptiness, just the bar, right? So he takes us behind the bar. And there's a wine cellar. It's not big. It's on the 2nd story, which is kind of weird, it being a wine cellar and on the 2nd story. But he takes us in. It's like the size of an average bathroom or a walk-in closet or something. And that's when this just real feeling of, this isn't right. This whole situation isn't okay. Like, that kind of feeling just hit me. I didn't say anything, but it was just overwhelming. Like, the abnormality of the situation. And at the same time I just got really uneasy. I don't know if it's what's going to happen later in the story or just the entire circumstance leading up to it, but I just felt so uneasy. So we continue to tour the house. He shows us bathrooms and stuff, which is kind of weird for, like, just taking some strangers through your house. You didn't think he'd show them the bathrooms, right? And I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're just going to continue on with the story as it is. Like, we just tour every room. We see, big living rooms, big bathrooms. We see big everything. It's a mansion. And then we leave. Like, nothing out of the ordinary happens. I want you guys to keep in mind, this was like 7 years ago. This is like way beyond the amount of time that this should have affected me. But about 6 months ago, I don't know if there's anything wrong with me, but I have like this thing where I always have one reoccurring nightmare in my life. Like, it's never, almost never the same thing for more than a month or two. But every other night or so, I'll just have the same nightmare. But for the past 6 months, I've had this nightmare about the house, and I'm about to tell you guys about it. It is scary. There is something I need to add before I start the dream story. I'm not necessarily someone who remembers their dreams. If it's a very important dream, I remember it for like maybe 3 hours after I wake up. Then it's just completely gone from my memory. Like, to be honest, I couldn't tell you my last reoccurring nightmare, like the little cycle I had. But with this dream, it's just so different. I have some memories that happened in the past few years that I remember less vividly than this dream. Something about this dream is just stuck with me. So the dream, 99% of the time, starts off in the red room. The one in the base floor with all the windows around it and stuff like that. And I get this intense sense of dread. And I don't know how to explain this. It's not like a normal sense of dread. Like, with a normal sense of dread, you just know something is wrong. With this, I know what is causing this dread. I can tell exactly where it is. Like, I don't have to think about it. I just know. It's just like, where's your nose? You don't have to think about it. You just know where it is. I just know where the sense of dread is coming from. And it is always that wine cellar. And I'm moving around the house, and for some reason this house is under construction, and the dogs who are very sociable, they're just cowering in the corner. And the two owners of the house, they're a man and wife. I don't know if I explained that, but they just walk around, and of course I'm feeling intense dread. So I ask them what's going on, and they just tell me don't touch him. Now naturally I'm confused when they say that. But inevitably, I run from the sense of dread as any sane human being would. But inevitably, it catches up to me. And when it catches up to me, I don't just like die or anything. I just feel like I feel every part of my body just disappearing and then reappearing somewhere else. I don't know how to explain this. This is a really weird dream. Like, I will feel my right arm disappear, and I can feel it materialize in the room they all go to. And this inevitably happens to all of my body parts, and my eyes last. And when my eyes materialize in this new location, I can see everything. When I materialize, I'm in a bathroom. I'm in the biggest bathroom I remember in the house. And all the this is gonna sound really cheesy, get ready for it. All the faucets are on, they're stuck on, and they're leaking blood. And there's this body in the corner. Now I've got two options at this point. The dream is gonna end soon. Now, I can either let myself drown in the blood, that's just death, or I can go up and I can touch the body. And touching the body has done something different for me every time. Like, I remember one time I just started falling towards the house, and another time I was buried underground, and for some reason I knew it was under the house. But it was always an incredibly painful death, and I could either choose that or drowning. I don't completely understand. I've had this dream well over 20 times now, and I don't understand this part. Like, it's gotten to the point where I want to have this dream more so I can understand what this part wants. Like, the body it feels like its own sentient being. It wants something. Like, it wants to be touched, but at the same time it kind of punishes me for it. And I just it actually irritates me and gets me physically angry when I think about it. I just can't make this body happy, and it is terrorizing me in my dreams. But like I've said, I can't do anything. It's a lose-lose situation. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I actually didn't mention this. That's why I'm going to talk about it now. When I drown in the blood, it's just, I feel it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I feel it. That works. But I wake up and I feel wet. And when I think about it, I can kind of feel like, it doesn't even feel like water. It's thicker. Blood's thicker than water. Ha ha ha. But like, it feels like I'm drowning in syrup, and it's a feeling I honestly, naturally I don't like it, but I feel like it feels like something like, imagine breaking a bone. You know what it feels like, and if you remember hard enough, you can feel the pain, and I can like feel the drowning in the blood, which is naturally not okay. But it's a lose-lose situation. No matter what happens, I die, I wake up naturally terrified in my bed. Now this is a pretty good story, pretty creepy story as it is, but there's something to this story that is just, I can't explain. Now, like I said, my little brother was with me on this little tour, and it was me, him, and his friend. We were at the mall just playing Pokemon Go, doing whatever, and for some reason we started talking about dreams, and I had this overwhelming urge to mention this dream to him. This was like a month ago. Like, I didn't explain it in as much detail. I didn't have the time to think out everything that I was going to say like I do in this, but I gave him a quick rundown, cover most of the key points. And that's when he reveals he's having a similar dream. Like, the entity. I'm not sure if the house is under construction during his dream, but that doesn't really matter. But the most frightening part about it really is, in his end room, I guess, he can hear faucets running. Like, this isn't a coincidence, right? This is something it's kind of spooky. And I don't know. I want to talk to my dad about it, but at the same time, I feel like he'd think I'm crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more to say. Psychologists on YouTube, comment down below what's wrong with my head. But yeah, that was my story on the $1 Million House Tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this practically 12-minute story. Actually, it was about 12 minutes. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.